Good morning, everyone. This is the third episode of our subject, CDI 5 Technical Report Writing. In this episode, we'll discuss what is report and written report in police report writing. This is very important for you to know because sometimes it seems to be confusing considering that report and written report are often used interchangeably. However, there is a subtle or elusive difference in emphasis. When we say report, this term is more general and can refer to any type of police documentation. It could be a brief summary, a detailed investigative report, or even a verbal report given over the radio. While written report, this term specifically highlights that the report is in written format. It implies a more formal and comprehensive document, often used for official records, investigations, or court proceedings. Considering that our subject is a technical report writing, in police report writing, report or written report considered as a formal, detailed account of an incident or event, and it is a crucial document that serves as a record of what happened, and it is used for various purposes including investigation, prosecution, documentation, and training. In investigation, before you are going to make a report, more particularly investigation report or IR, you have to gather first an evidence. Evidence that is enough to provide a guilt against the suspect. That is why the cardinal points of investigation explained in the PRV2 is very important because that is your guide in making an accurate and concise report. And this report will be crucial in the prosecution of the case. That is why case build-up is very important. There is a circular of the Department of Justice that is so-called DC-20. DC-20, investigators and prosecutors will collaborate to build a stronger case against the suspect, ensuring that all elements meet the standard of prima facie evidence for a reasonable certainty of conviction against the suspect. Okay, so dito sa DC-20, no, under the Department Circular of the Department of Justice, nagkakaroon na ng collaboration, no, between investigators and prosecutor. The purpose of this para to have a stronger case, no, especially in drug cases. So, yun po ang purpose ng DC-20 under the Department Circular ng Department of Justice. So, anong ibig sabihin ng prima facie evidence, no? Explain ko lang ng konti, no? Prima facie evidence with reasonable certainty of conviction. Prima facie evidence with reasonable certainty of conviction is sufficient to establish the burden of proof, and it has a very high standard that all the elements of the crime are present and enough to convict a criminals. Ano naman ang probable cause? Probable cause is somewhat like a reasonable belief that a crime has been committed, signifies a lower standard of proof than prima facie evidence, which demands a stronger likelihood of conviction. So that is the difference between the two. So please take note that one kasi yan ang bago. Dati kasi ang tinitingnan ng mga prosecutor is ang probable cause lang. But at this time, no, kasali na itong tinatawag na prima facie evidence with reasonable certainty of convictions. Okay, so reports are also used in documentation and training. In the PNP, there is so-called best practices. These practices are effective and efficient in carrying police works. This involve implementing strategies and tactics that proactively reduce crime rates and enhance public safety. So, example of best practices in the Philippine National Police, I can only give two examples. Now, one is the Integrated Barangay Defense System or the IBDS. This program involves close collaboration between the PNP, local government units, and barangay officials to enhance neighborhood watch systems and community mapping. Meron ding tinatawag na tanod ko, sagot ko. No, this initiative encourages active participation from barangay tanods or village watchmen in crime prevention and reporting. At marami pang ibang mga best practices, no? You can research na lang. So, that's how important report is. Uh, Marami siyang paggagamitan. It can be used in investigation, prosecution, documentation, and training. Now, punta tayo dito sa criteria or the basic consideration in police report writing. There are six. No? Number one is the accuracy and completeness. Number two, clarity and conciseness. Number three, objectivity and neutrality. Number four, legal considerations. Number five, formatting and style. And number six is proofreading and editing. So, unahin natin itong number one, which is the accuracy and completeness. Accuracy and completeness are two essential pillars of effective police report writing. They ensure that the report is truthful and reliable account of the incident, providing a solid foundation for investigations, prosecutions, and other legal proceedings. When we talk about accuracy, this means that there is a factual truth. The report should be based on verifiable facts and objective observations. Ibig sabihin, the report is not based only on personal opinions, assumptions, or speculation. Dapat factual siya at totoong nangyari. Halimbawa, you are the duty desk officer of a certain police station. May nag-report sa iyo ng shooting incident. Huwag basta-basta maniwala. No? All you have to do is to get first the information of the reporter and other details using the draft na tinuturo ko sa inyo. I mean the 5 Ws and 1 H or the cardinal points of investigation. Yan talaga ang pinaka-basic. And then the next thing you do is to verify the veracity of said report. Dito na magagamit yung mga standby responding reaction team ng every police stations kasama ang investigator. Pupunta yan sa area at mag-iimbestiga. Then later, gagawa na agad yan ng initial report. Kasi sa PNP, may 1 hour policy yan na sinusunod na dapat within the period, kung totoong may insidente, no, dapat makagawa na agad sila ng initial report to inform their chief of police or officer in charge. No? Kasi kung hindi, matik na explanation. Ganun yon. Talking about completeness, your report must contain comprehensive information. Tandaan nyo yan, no? The key elements and thorough investigation. When we say comprehensive information, the report should include all relevant details about the incident, leaving no gaps or omissions. Pag sinabi ng mga key elements, ito na yung cardinal points of investigations. The 5 Ws and 1 H, dapat kumplito yon, no? At ang thorough investigation, this means that you are recording all the evidence, no? All evidence collected, witness, statements, officers' actions, and any other relevant information. Previously, sinabi ko na sa inyo na in making report, dapat complete ang cardinals or the cardinal points of investigation. Then, followed by the action taken of the police officers. And that is how you're going to arrange chronologically your report. Next is the clarity and conciseness. Clarity and conciseness are crucial aspects of effective police report writing. They ensure that the report is easy to understand, free from ambiguity, no? Anong ibig sabihin ng ambiguity? Ambiguity or doubt, no? And efficiently conveys the essential information. When we talk about clarity, this means that the language we use is clear and simple and is easy to understand for everyone, including non-law enforcement personnel. Avoid jargon, technical terms, or overly complex sentence structures. Dapat plain language lang para maintindihan sa lahat. Tanong, Sir, bakit sabi mo in technical writing sometimes use jargons? Yes, sometimes jargons can be used in technical report writing, but it depends upon to whom you send your report. Kung within the law enforcement agency lang, maybe you can use technical terms or these jargons, but the most important is you consider also the one who will read your report, kung maintindihan ba nila. Baka sa kaka-jargon mo, no, using complex sentences, no, structures, na iba na pala ang meaning ng report mo. So the best thing you do, no, at smooth na reporting, use simple words or plain language that everyone can understand. In clarity, kasama na rin dito ang tinatawag na logical organization and precise description. Pag sinabing logical organization, dapat chronologically arrange ang events ng report mo. Ang precise description naman, dapat you have to use precise, no? Ano ba itong precise or exact, no? Detailed and descriptive language to paint a clear picture of the incident, the individuals involved, and the evidence collected. Concises naman, focus on essentials. This include only relevant information, avoid unnecessary details or yung tinatawag na tangents, no? Avoid redundancy, state each point of only once unless rephrasing for clarity, no? Don't repeat information unnecessarily. Write in a concise and direct style using strong verbs whenever possible. Yung example, no? Bigyan ko kayo ng example. Instead of, the officer arrived at the scene of the crime and observed broken window. The officer then spoke to the victim that their jewelry had been stolen. Instead of that, you write this one. Upon arrival, the officer observed a broken window and spoke to the victim, who reported the theft of their jewelry. So, ganyan lang kasimple, no? Concise, pero the thought is still the same in the first sentences na binasa natin. Okay? Next is, next criteria or the basic consideration of police report writing is the number 3, which is objectivity and neutrality. Objectivity and neutrality are crucial principles in police report writing. They ensure that the report presents a fair and unbiased account of the incident, free from personal opinions, prejudgment, or emotional language. When we talk about objectivity, you have to focus only the facts. Dapat evidence-based and avoid bias. Kung ano lang talaga ang nakita mo, narinig or whatsoever, no? Using your 5 sensors or whatsoever, yun lang ang actual na sasabihin mo sa report mo. Example, instead of the suspect was acting suspiciously and looked like he was up to no good. Based on that sentence, no? Based on observation, no? Yes, the suspect is suspicious, but the writer did not include his actual actions, no? To simplify this one, no? Para maging objective, hindi siya subjective, write this one. The suspect appeared nervous, fidgeting, and avoid eye contact, no? He kept looking over his shoulder and appeared to be trying to hide something. So dito, very clear natin na bakit naging suspicious ang suspect, no? It's because of his actions, no? Ganun lang 'yon, no? Hope nakuha ninyo ang punto. In neutrality naman, dapat you have to avoid emotional words or phrases that could convey personal opinions or biases. No, refrain from using terms like guilty, innocent, bad, or good when describing individuals or actions. Describe actions and behaviors in a natural manner, avoiding subjective interpretations or value judgment. Example, instead of the victim was a frail old lady who couldn't defend himself, write the victim, an elderly woman, appeared to be physically vulnerable. Frail old lady is a subjective interpretation rather that could convey personal opinions or biases. Para bang exaggerated yung or napasobra ang interpretation ng writer by using that flowering words, no? In technical writing, dapat objective, hindi siya subjective. Tandaan niyo yan. Next criteria or the basic consideration of the police report, writing is legal consideration. Police reports are more than just paperwork. They are legal documents that can have a significant impact on investigations, prosecutions, and the outcome of legal cases. Remember, police reports are legal documents with significant legal implications. By adhering to legal considerations and best practices, officers can ensure that the reports are accurate, complete, and legally sound. The best practices na na-mention dito is the basic consideration or the criteria in police report writing, of which itong legal consideration is part of it. Next is number 5 criteria is formatting and style. Formatting and style are crucial for clarity, readability, and professionalism. They ensure that the report is organized, easy to follow, and presents information in a consistent and professional manner. Dito naman sa formatting and style, the memorandum type of reporting ang ipapagawa ko sa inyo. No? I will make a separate PRV, explaining the standard format or the memorandum type of report. Para sa ganon, in making your activity, particularly the spot report and progress report, naka-memo type na siya. No? Next is number 6 is the proofreading and editing. Proofreading and editing are crucial steps in police report writing to ensure that the report is free from errors, clear, concise, and professional. Talking about proofreading, this is primarily focused on identifying and correcting errors and spelling, grammar, punctuation, and formatting. It involves carefully reading the report word by word, sentence by sentence, to catch any typos, or typographical errors, misspellings, or grammatical mistakes. We can use proofreading tools such as spell checkers and grammar checkers can be helpful but not a substitute for careful human review. Editing naman goes beyond correcting errors and focuses on improving the clarity, conciseness, and overall quality of the report. It's a best practice to have at least 2 officers review the report, and 1 for proofreading and 1 for editing. Sabi ko nga sa mga previous discussion natin, kahit junior mo yan, ipa-check mo pa rin ang nagawa mong report kasi talagang nakakatulong sila at nakapagbibigay ng comments or corrections doon sa nagawa mo na. Before ikaw ang tinaguri ang brain of the station kasi ikaw ang kastigador, investigator sa station nyo. But be humble always. Wala namang mawawala sa'yo kung i-consider ninyo ang mga sinasabi ko dito. That's the end of our topic in this episode. And for your research assignment, research the following. What is memorandum? Parts of memorandum. essential element in police organization. No, this is good for 6 pages. No, okay, that's the end of our discussion. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.